Imagine weaving energy savings into a new home's design from the very beginning.
More and more people are doing it. Today, we'll take you to see some of the best places to start.
That's right, Pete. We'll talk with a builder that focuses on energy-smart construction, and we'll find out about the best trends and tech to create an energy-efficient and environmentally friendly home.
Then we'll explore roofing materials and heating and cooling system investments that can pay for themselves in energy savings.
But how do you know a home is truly energy efficient? Well, we'll take a look at the process for evaluating energy-efficient homes so you know what to look for.
That's all coming up next on this edition of PowerHouse. Today we're planning for energy savings from the ground up. Building a home requires a lot of decisions, from design to features to the materials. What if each of those decisions could help create a more efficient home that saved you money and reduced the impact on the environment? Living green isn't a new idea, but there are new technologies, tools, and approaches that can make that goal a lot more attainable. Here to talk about building a home that's energy and environmentally friendly is Chris Mottinger with Legacy Green Builders. Chris, thanks for joining us today. Let's start with what's new in building green.
I'd say the items in the last year that are new, more popular, are some of the electronic items, the Nest system that controls your heating and cooling, remotes that you can remotely open and shut your garage doors, low voltage lighting, security, speakers, that sort of thing. Also, we're seeing some innovation in regards to exterior cladding, some options that are other than vinyl or LP smart siding or hardy board. There's other options that just weren't there before. I think more people are being conscious about energy, how to conserve energy.
Chris, along those lines, someone comes to you, they're very interested in terms of being energy minded, environmentally minded. How do you help them zero in to get started?
Well, first thing we talk about is the scope of their project, what their budget is. We do have a minimum level of energy efficiency in what we do. So once I know what the scope of their project is and how much money they have to spend, we review what we do standard and then ask them what do they want to do? What's their goal in regards to, is it energy efficiency? Is it comfort? How they want to live their lives?
I know, and you're also very zeroed in on quality with
Yes.
that in mind. How do you then, in terms of, if you're talking about materials and other things, zero in on that?
Sure. Everything that we put into a house is non-builder grade. Like this material that's in here right now in the structure, all of this timber, there's no arsenic in it and it off-gases before we start closing things up. All of our finished materials are California emission certified. That's for the hypoallergenic, allergy type stuff.
And I know you like to get involved in the land that you're building on,
Yep.
right? In terms of, as you think about constructing that energy and environmentally sound home, correct?
That is correct. There are limitations when you build in town. You can't turn your house like you may want to for maximum passive solar features. But with the building materials and the energy systems that we have today, we can overcome that with those materials.
I know every decision can have an effect on a budget, and
Yeah.
we all live within budgets, and things seem to be more expensive these days. Are there one or two things that you would say, let's really zero in on that?
Yes, so we have a baseline, what I call our high performance structure, our high performance building, the way that we build a house. So what that includes is, if you think about a cooler, the cooler is the most energy efficient structure. So we take that as a baseline. So our house, the exterior of the house is enveloped in insulation. The wall board has 1 inch of, it's called the zip panel system. So it has a 1 inch closed cell foam that goes up against the house. That does two things. It gives you very good insulation. It stops thermal bridging, which thermal bridging just means that the whole wall has the same energy rating instead of just this in between the studs. It blends that heating and cooling. It makes your house quieter, more comfortable.
Well, you talk about that cooler effect and walls and thermal bridging. I know you were pointing out around windows, what you do around windows, again,
Sure.
to make sure that they're encased tightly.
Yes. Well, we do encase the windows tightly. We use pre-engineered headers on everything. That lessens the amount of wood. That's the sustainability part of it. And also it would allow for, if you want bigger windows, we do leave a gap around the windows that we do what's another high performance ceiling package. So everything in the house is that might possibly leak air is sealed with foam. All the exterior outlets, all of the can lighting that goes in the house, any penetration on the interior of the home is sealed up really good, on top of having a very good energy barrier of your exterior walls.
Can you put a dollar figure in terms of sort of a standard house package to what you might create, or is everyone customized?
I think everyone's a little different. If you compare Legacy Green Builders and Developers, my company, to another quality builder, I would say there's very minimal difference in cost. It might, maybe for the energy systems that we put in, it might be an additional $500 to $7,500 for the baseline house that we build. We have several different wall structures too that we can do. We haven't done a SIPS panel, structural insulated panel home, for a while, but that is a better insulated house, but it adds about $20 to $30 a square foot just for the walls. And the walls we build perform great, so a lot of people decide not to, but some people have seen it, want it, and we do it.
Chris, it's really neat to hear about all the possibilities that are available to someone, again, energy minded, thinking about saving energy dollars and also being environmentally friendly as they're constructing their home. Thanks for sharing that information with us.
Sure, my pleasure.
Building a powerhouse is no easy task. Make sure you have a good builder and good tech on your side. When designing or improving your home from the bottom up, you eventually have to think about the top, your roof. Roofing materials vary widely in style, materials, color, and other variations. But one option to consider for an energy-efficient home is a metal roof. Here today to talk more about metal roofing systems is Tyler Chumlin with T&K Roofing. Tyler, thanks for joining us. In the past, it seems some structures were more suited for a metal roof. Is that still the case today, or can a metal roof go on all buildings?
It's definitely always an option. Obviously, depending on the structure, depending on the age of the building, that's important as well. Anytime there's a potential for metal roof, we always look at all the options, look at the structure, look at the type of roof deck, and then if we need to get someone involved as far as an engineer goes, we will. But most buildings, most substrates, based on local building code, they're up to code, or they can be brought up to code relatively easily.
Metal roofing, I imagine there's a lot of choices and a lot of colors to deal with.
There's a lot of different types of materials you can use, from aluminum to steel, different panel types and styles, from standing seam roofs to exposed fastener corrugated roofs, and then the colors. Each manufacturer has standard colors. Generally speaking, it's between a dozen and 20 colors or so, but there's all sorts of custom color options as well. So,
talk to us a little bit, Tyler, about the benefits of a metal roof.
The most important benefit is longevity. Metal roofs tend to last longer than any other roof out there, anywhere from 50 to 70 years and beyond. But other than that, durability. Metal roofs are extremely durable, whether it's the weather or other outside forces. So metal roofs tend to last a lot longer than other asphalt shingle roofs or other types of roofs.
And there's also, it can play in their energy savings because of the metal roof?
Yeah, with metal, all metals are reflective, as you know, so the sun and the UV rays will reflect off of the metal roof, and what that'll do is it'll bring some of the heat loss off of the roof itself, so you could see savings of your cooling bill or heating bill anywhere from 5% to 20 to 25%.
Here in the upper Midwest, Tyler, I imagine you and I were talking a little bit, is it a darker roof or a lighter roof? And when you think about energy savings with heat and cooling, right?
Yeah, and generally speaking, with other types of roofs, you talk about colors. Most metal roofs, and as you can kind of see this roof behind us, this is a darker color roof, but you can still see that the UV rays are obviously reflecting off of the roof, which I would imagine, we can't do testing now, but I would imagine there probably is some serious cost savings there.
And that's always a good thing. Consumers thinking about energy savings, dollar savings there. A metal roof can help in that regard.
It does, and part of that too is metal roofs generally cost more than asphalt shingle roofs, so there is kind of an offsetting cost a little bit, but all those things are things to consider when you're looking at a metal roof as an option.
Here in the Midwest, Tyler, we get all types of weather. Thunderstorms, get hail, winter, you get snow and ice. How does a metal roof hold up in this climate?
Back to the durability. All metal roofs, all products that we have, that others have as well, are tested against the most severe conditions. So they test them in Florida, they test them in Miami-Dade County against hurricanes. They test them in Nebraska and South Dakota against hail. So all the metal roofs are tested that way, but the material is more durable. A 24 or 22 gauge steel is going to be more durable than an asphalt shingle.
Many consumers now are interested in solar. What about solar panels on a metal roof?
It's a relatively easy thing. As you can see on the roof behind us, most of the ribs, you can just attach the solar panels directly to that. We've worked hand in hand with solar contractors over the years to try to work on those best options. Anytime you're penetrating a roof with a conduit or something that's solar related, it's always a challenge just to make sure that's going to be watertight. But metal roofs are great options for any solar options.
Here on PowerHouse, we're always interested in cost. So talk to us a little bit about the cost of a metal roof versus traditional shingle.
Generally speaking, metal roofs are more expensive than asphalt shingle roofs. Anywhere from 25 to 30% to oftentimes they can be double the price of asphalt shingles. But again, the longevity and the durability, you're paying for what you get. So the roof that we have here is a concealed fastener standing seam roof. There's no fasteners, there's not gonna be any corrosion, you're not gonna experience any real long-term issues, and there's really no maintenance associated with it.
Well, Tyler, thanks for sharing all the details with us about a metal roof. Really good insight, thank you.
Absolutely, thank you.
When it comes to the roof over your head, the choices are plenty. Be sure to consider all options for topping your PowerHouse.
The top consumer of energy in your home, any home really, is the heating and cooling system. And when I say that, it makes you think of a traditional heating and cooling system. But there's another option out there that's very efficient, and that's geothermal. Now, geothermal heating and cooling has come a long way in both technologies and popularity. And here to tell us all about it is Tom Rutkowski from E&J Geothermal. Let's start basic. Explain to us, in real simple terms, how geothermal heats and cools a home.
Sure, so geothermal heating is a more efficient way of heating and cooling your house, where we're using the earth, which is a true renewable energy, almost as your heat battery. So if you can imagine right now, summertime, we're taking that heat that's built up in the house, we're ejecting it to the ground through a loop system. In that loop, we've got a water solution. It's got antifreeze mixed in with it, whether it's methanol or glycol, but it flows through the earth that's a very consistent 55 degrees to exchange that heat. And we use that liquid as a more efficient way of doing it. If you were to take your hand and put it in a pot of cold water, it gets cold really quick as compared to just having it outside in the air. It's because those BTUs are moving quicker through that more solid medium. But that loop goes out through the ground, comes back up into the house, hooks up to the unit. There's a compressor with refrigerant there, then takes that heat and in a heating situation would bump it up to a more comfortable temperature for the house. In a cooling situation, it cools it down and you feel the cold air come out of your vent.
It's really letting the earth do the work. So what are the other advantages of having a geothermal system?
It's extremely efficient, so it's going to cut your utility bills by 60 to 70%. It's going to be a lot more even heating and cooling throughout the house. It's not the flash fry method where you have that 140 degree heat coming out of a vent. It's going to feel like 115, 112, where it's just kind of lukewarm, and it's going to run a very, very long time at a very low amount of energy.
So you run this liquid through these loops or tubing, which is what's really happening behind us here. Now, are there limitations? Does that imply that under some circumstances, a property may not be suited for geothermal?
Very few properties are not suitable for geo. There's different types of installations for different applications. What you see behind us here is directional boring. So it's a horizontal system. We're staying about 12 to 15 feet down on average, but everything's running horizontal underneath the property. Another horizontal application would be a slinky loop, where we dig a big pit, build what looks like a giant slinky, drag it in, and then backfill. Typically what you'd see with a new construction application, because the ground's already going to be ripped up anyways. Or if it's just a very, very tiny area, or if we're trying to do like a large building, we'll go vertical. And that's where we'll come in and there'll be a vertical drill rig like you'd see for a water well, drilling down into the earth to drop in that loop and do that how many times you need to get the right tonnage for the equipment.
What are the other considerations in determining if a property or a homeowner, for that matter, is really appropriate for this kind of system?
Sure, so there are some re-education like we talked about earlier. You have to be understanding that you're going to hear that unit running a lot, and it's fine because it's using very little energy, but everyone has that knowledge of, hey, the unit's running, I'm running up my bill. That's not the case. It's just re-educating the consumer on that. Knowing that, hey, my utility usage is going to shift. So we're eliminating gas altogether. It's all electric. And the way it would work is in the summertime, you're going to have a very, very low bill. Nothing bad in the fall or the spring, but in the winter, that's where you're going to see more of your energy usage. So your electric bill is going to go up a little in the winter, but you're not going to have a gas bill. So overall for that year, it's still gonna be down dramatically. But if you need to budget, that's something important to know.
Well, as we're talking about bills, I'm sure that everyone's really curious about what the cost of a geothermal system is, but I'm not going to call it cost. I'm going to call it, I would like for you to give us a range of investment, because with those kind of savings, that's really what it is an investment. And if you could give us a ballpark range, not only for a new construction, but also a retrofit scenario like the one behind me.
Sure, so for new construction, I always compare it to a furnace and air, because that's the standard, the baseline that you could do for a new construction home. A new construction home is about $14,000 to $15,000 for a furnace and air job when you're all said and done. Not a lot of rebates out there for them. That's kind of your baseline. With geothermal, you may be in the mid-20s, $23,000, $25,000 for a contract, but then your utility company may have a rebate. There's tax credits available from the government that bring that down more in that 16 to 17 range. So it's going to be very comparable with a payback approximately 1 to 2 years, depending on if you're on natural gas or LP, and then who your electric company is. In a retrofit application, it's very easy for you to change out a furnace for 10 to 12 grand anymore. And on some of these systems that are fully modulating, you can get 15 to 20 grand pretty easily. With a standard geothermal installation like you're seeing going in behind us here, you're in the mid-20s to 30,000 range. Again, rebates, tax credits, bring that down more into the 17 to 20,000, with an approximate payback of 2 to 3 years. The biggest thing is when you put geo in a house, the home value goes up $10,000 to $12,000. Depending on what state you're in, sometimes there's even a offset for not having to pay real estate tax on that equity. In Iowa, it's for 10 years. You don't have to pay real estate tax on that $10,000 to $12,000 in equity.
Wow, there are a lot of perks to this.
Exactly. Yeah, there's a whole lot of financial reasons to do it, and it's just a better way to heat and cool your house. It's going to save you a lot of money on your monthly bills.
It's great information. Thanks so much, Tom. If you're looking for new strategies and technologies for your PowerHouse, visit powerhousetv.com. I've got a question for you. So how do you know just how energy efficient a property is? Well, there is an industry standard test in place, and it's called HERS, which stands for the Home Energy Rating System, and it can give us the answer. Now, knowing your home's HERS score is very important if you're selling your home or if you're looking to purchase a home. And here to tell us more is Katie Heffelfinger from the Element Group. Katie, tell us what the HERS system is and the information it can give us.
Yeah, the HERS system is a nationally recognized standard that gives you a number based on a scale of 0 to 100 that tells you how efficient your home is. The closer to 0, the more efficient the home, and the closer to 100, the more inefficient the home is. A score of 100 is basically based off of a reference home using 2006 energy standards.
So how do you do the test, and then how do you evaluate those results?
The testing process begins at a pre-drywall stage of construction. We want to visually inspect the insulation and air sealing of the home, and also document all of the R values of the insulation installed, the window specs, the HVAC system, just to make sure that everything is installed correctly and it's meeting minimum efficiency requirements. The next visit at the home is going to be after construction is completed, and that's where we do all of our air leakage testing. The first test we conduct is a blower door test, which will tell us the overall air leakage of the home. And then the second test is the duct leakage test, which tells us if there's any air leaking out of the HVAC system, out of the ductwork. This is important to know because any air loss is going to influence the overall comfort of the home. We want to know how much and where air is being lost so we can remedy that as quickly as possible.
So you collect all these data points, and then what do you do with them?
We take all of the data that we've collected along the construction process and we put it into a software that analyzes everything and will give us the score out of 100 and tell us how much more efficient than the reference home this home is.
So what would you say are the greatest benefits of having a HERS score for your home?
I would say having a HERS score gives you, the homeowner, a very accurate picture of your home's energy efficiency performance. It's also important because you're having a third party come and complete inspections on the home, make sure that the construction process is going the way it needs to be going, and that the home is going to be comfortable by the end of construction's completed.
So Katie, if I'm looking to build a new home, how do I ensure that I have the lowest HERS rating possible?
It will be very important to work with your builder and express your desire for having a HERS score done. We want to make sure that we are a part of the process as quickly as possible. We want to be there to consult with the builder during the construction process to ensure that any potential issues that come up are taken care of before construction is completed on the home.
So if I'm looking to purchase a home, is there any way to find out if that existing home has a HERS rating attached to it?
Yes, there is. There's a ResNet HERS index, and you can go there and enter your home's or potential home's address and see what the score was when it was being built.
Now, if our viewers are interested in this, can you give us a price range on what it costs to have a HERS score done on your home?
So the new construction price range is going to be around $600 to $800. It kind of just depends on the project and scope of work, but that usually will cover all of our expenses from start to finish.
So would that range be modified if it was already a pre-existing home and not new construction?
We definitely are able to analyze an existing home. The process looks a little bit different because the home's already constructed. We're going to have to do some different diagnostic testing, which could include some thermal imaging. This could influence the price up or down, just depending on how easy or difficult it is to identify the comfort problem.
Thanks so much, Katie. This is great information, and it's great to know that there is a system in place for measuring a home's energy efficiency.
We hope you enjoyed this edition of PowerHouse.
We explored how the efficiency of smart energy design can pay off.
We reached for peak energy savings with metal roofing.
We saw how geothermal harnesses the Earth's energy to help your home.
And we reviewed the result of energy-saving efforts with a whole house assessment.
Visit PowerHouseTV.com for additional tips and information on building and renovating for energy savings. Make a plan to get the most out of your powerhouse.